All right, we're here with head coach Damien Blair. Coach, another year is starting. Kind of talk about the excitement that you have this time of year and that the kids kind of have getting going.
This is like Christmas in October. It's one of the greatest parts of the year for us, just because we're getting started and guys are extremely excited about getting after it, and everybody has their goals that they want to achieve, and our focus is on one day at a time. But it's a good time of the year. It's really fun.
Kind of talk about what your message has been to them and what you've seen from them in your preseason workouts.
Well, we're trying not to get too far ahead, and we're thinking one day at a time. And if we're disciplined, you know what I mean, if we're working hard every single day, if we're unselfish, and we put all those little pieces together, I think that the W's will take care of itself. So it's one day at a time. And I think with some of the guys that we have coming returning and some of the new guys that we have coming in, if they do that, I think they'll be where they want to be at the end of the year.
Talk a little bit about some of the excitement a coach can feel when you see some of those young kids starting to do some things that you like, or seeing some other kids that have been in the program turn the corner, and you're like, oh wow, this could be a special year for this kid or that kid.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is it's a fun time when you see guys developing into the player that they want to be. And they've worked really, really hard throughout the off season to get to a certain point. I mean, a kid that comes to mind is Morrow. Morrow was more of a post player last year. He was kind of green, not quite sure of how we wanted him to defend. He learned a lot from last year, and now he's starting to become more of a perimeter player and open up his game a little bit. So it's good to see him develop into the guy that he wants to be, and by becoming a perimeter player, he gives us another weapon that we didn't have last year.
How have you seen the leadership on this team develop, and how have you leaned on some of the seniors and the older kids?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that last year towards the end of the year. Kyle McGee stepped up and was a great vocal leader for us. And I think Dame Wall was one of those guys that was behind the scenes saying, I've been through this before. These are the things that you need to do in order to be successful out on the floor. And now that we're getting started today and we've been doing some workout stuff prior to this, you could see those two guys really stepping up and pulling the range and putting guys in the right spot to be successful.
And do you let those older players who have been through the grind of the PSAC and the Eastern Division, do you let them deliver the message to the younger kids about the physicality in this league?
Yeah.
and the grind that the winter is going to bring?
Yeah, it's one thing for us to talk about it every day, but it's another thing to hear that from your peers. So I think when they get in the locker room and they're having those conversations, I think some of those younger guys will listen to them a little bit more than they listen to us. I think sometimes that falls on deaf ears when the coaches are constantly saying, you don't understand how tough it is in this league, and you got to be prepared. But when some of your players say, you know what, when you go to East Stroudsburg, it's tough to play there. It's tough to play at Millsville. It's tough to play at Shippensburg. And if you're not prepared for that, you're going to get a punch in the face early. I think they listen.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck this year. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.